Hey everyone, Cellblock Psycho here, lead level designer and one of the project leads for Fallout Ashfall. I recently cobbled together a trailer for this project a few weeks ago, and I was astounded to see the amount of views and comments we got. Honestly, it's something I wasn't really expecting. Because of this, and the fact that what this mod is really about isn't clear, I thought it's time I rectified that. So, what is Fallout Ashfall? Simply put, it's a DLC-sized mod for Fallout New Vegas, located on the main island of Hawaii. That's right, the Big Island. While the entire island will not be explorable, you will be able to see a large chunk of it. Unfortunately, the other islands of Hawaii will not be included in this version of the mod, and that includes Pearl Harbor. The mod will take place during the events of the base game, and you will be able to play as your current player character. Like the DLC Honest Hearts, you'll be allowed to take some of your gear with you, but you won't be allowed to return to the mainland until after the questline has been completed. The story of this mod revolves around the player being hired by a rich Brahmin baron, alongside a small group of experienced explorers and traders known as the Threesome Caravan. Using a salvaged submarine that the player will have to repair, that the NCR is trying to steal for their own greed, of course, the player will be able to travel on this vessel to a pre-programmed destination. Along the way, the submarine will be wrecked near the coast of Hawaii, where the player and the survivors from the wreck will be rescued by local residents. From here, the player will be able to freely explore the island of Hawaii and attempt to find a way home, while optionally saving what's left of the crew. However, there is a danger on this island. The volcano, which has been inactive for a very long time, is suddenly priming to erupt, and the residents of the island may soon find themselves in mortal danger. The volcano is a primary part of the plot of Fallout Ashfall, and thus, that's why the mod is called Fallout Ashfall. For those of you who don't know, Ashfall is a hard rain of abrasive particles, usually from a volcano. This might include things like tiny jagged particles of rock or natural glass blasted into the air by the volcano itself. Now, we plan to have some custom weathers, but whether or not we'll be able to implement actual Ashfall into Fallout Ashfall, well, we'll just have to wait and see. Considering this mod is in a brand new location, there will be no returning factions in the general sense. While you might see hints of pre-war companies like Robco or Vault-Tec, you won't be seeing any returning factions on the island of Hawaii, such as the Brotherhood of Steel or the Enclave, nor will you see Caesar's Legion or the NCR on the island itself. However, in its place you'll be seeing several new interesting factions to go with the new environment. One of the more important factions you'll be meeting is the Sovereign Lions, led by the fearsome General Kai. They're visible in our trailer with the NCR patches which serve as a placeholder for the new logo that we hadn't had finished yet. Once a group of raiders, the Sovereign Lions have become a more sophisticated group as they've begun to idolize the history of the United States. They've since organized themselves from a small raider group to a prominent political force on the island, and they've seen fit to take over many of the military installations on the island. And what I mean by them idolizing history is they're sort of a revisionist faction that sees history in a very biased way. And so they want other people to see history the same way that they do. So they'll often alter historical documents or try to erase certain parts of pre-war culture that they found distasteful. Another faction you may encounter is the Pirates faction, which are also featured in our trailer. The Pirates are the descendants of pre-war naval powers from various countries that have banded together. Their main flagship was marooned off the coast of Hawaii, so they've been stranded on the island for various generations. They're one of the more hostile criminal factions the player can encounter, and are a major thorn in the side of the Sovereign Lions. There are also various criminal factions such as the Hoi Hoi and the Yakuza, and of course there are various tribes and villages on the island. Island residents are made up of native Pacific Islanders and descendants of tourists stranded on the island. While some locations will be more civilized, such as Robco Resort, the island is dotted with various small settlements and tribal villages, such as Hoku Village, in the remains of Hilo, and the town of Papaiku. Liberties have been taken with many of the locations, so a one-to-one accuracy should not be expected, but what you should expect are very interesting and well-thought-out locations to explore in this mod. In Ashfall, you'll be able to explore various towns dotting the island, of course, but also the deep and dangerous jungles, high cliffs, sea caves, shipwrecks, volcanic craters, and the ocean itself. There will be plenty of new creatures, new weapons, new armors, and even new companions to join you in your journey. The main focus of this mod is to bring an interesting and well-developed RPG scenario, interesting characters, quests, and generally a lot of things to do. The island has been really fun to build, and I hope you enjoy some of the things we have to offer in our mod. And that's going to do it for today's video. Thank you all for watching, and make sure to join the Fallout Ashfall Discord for future updates.